new Fear Hippie Hero is here, and oh my goodness, what just happened there? Today we are gonna be doing the developer update for August 2024, the 8.2 update. Just looking through the notes and see what we think of it. Okay, the dreads increase movement speed, increase teleport speed, reduce teleport cooldown, decrease time to break out of locker, increase charge rate at nightfall, reduce the volume of the dread sound effects, adjust several add-ons. Overall it looks like it's a really good update for the dreads. I kind of wish instead of like it looks like they're buffing him overall. Just about every possible thing you can think of buffing him, they are, except for like his main issue, which is the lockers on mounts, because there's a lot of mounts that just had the chance to spawn just complete blank areas with no lockers nearby at all. So instead of like buffing Dreads, buffing Tristar, and buffing Huntress, just fits the lockers. That'd be so much easier if he just fits the lockers. That's the only thing Dredge needs. The Doctor reduces Stat Blast cooldown to 30 seconds if no survivors are in range. Reduce Stat Blast cooldown to 45 if survivors are in range. Increase movement speed while charging Stat Blast. I don't really see how this really impacts things too much other than just making it a little bit their use. Adjusted the Stat Blast cooldown add-ons accordingly. I say I'm pretty happy for this change for a Doctor. He's always a B tier killer, much like Dredge up here. So I'm happy to see them buff him. Actually I would say he's closer, the Doctor's closer to C and Dredge is a little bit closer to V. But I'm happy to see the buff, he needed it. The Nemesis change requirement for reaching mutation rate 2 has been reduced to 5 contamination points. Was 6. Increased hinder penalty duration when infected with survivor to 2 seconds was 0.25 seconds. Adjusted liquor time, my blood add-ons accordingly. Yeah, this is actually gonna make Nemesis pretty strong. He's already a pretty strong killer. Like, he's a solid B tier, I would say, in one of the upper B tier killers. Especially if you run builds on him like I do with Corrupt, Ruin, Undying, and then like I'll put on another one like Discordance or something like that for info. And you can like get into chase with one survivor and get 3 contamination points, and then go into another chase with another survivor and easily get this 6 contamination points. So this is gonna be pretty helpful because now you can just tunnel more with him and get into tier 2 just off of one person. So that'd be good for tunneling. Nemesis is a very good tunneler for the most part. Blastman reduce activation requirement to 40%, was 50. Very happy to see that change. I always felt like instead of nerfing Pot Goes the Weasel, I feel like they should always just buffed oh. I feel like they should always buffed Blastmine instead, because Blastmine is a great counter. Wiretap. Reduce the requirement to 40%, was 50. I'm happy to see that. Wiretap used to be one of my favorite perks when it was back in the 30s for activation. So I'm very, very happy to see Wiretap being buffed. Chemical Trap reduced activation requirement to 20%, was 50. And they reduced the duration. That is kind of unique that they did reduce the duration of it. I think it'll be have more use in chase now, which is kind of good. you can actually use it a lot more. Mirror Illusion, reduce activation requirement to 20% was 50. Reduce the duration to 40% was 100. Kind of, oh, duration of 60 seconds was a minute, 120 seconds. I'm happy for this one too. You can mainly use Mirror Illusion at exit gates. That's really the only time I find it useful. Kind of a weaker perk compared to like all these, I feel like, but it still has its uses, especially at end game where it's used to trip people. Dance with Me, reduce cooldown to 20 seconds, was 40 seconds. Very happy to see this being reduced. It's never really been that strong of a perk to begin with, so the fact that it's being reduced is actually pretty nice. It always to me got outshined by Lightweight. Just Lightweight being passive all the time is very strong, and I feel like this is going to offer more variety to the game. Deception, reduce cooldown to 20 seconds was 40. I feel like Deception is a little bit stronger than Dance With Me in a lot of cases. Because you can put Deception on multiple builds and work out pretty well. Dance With Me, you really cannot do that too much. It is definitely a build around perk with life and or finesse or those R-type Vaulting builds, really. Diversion, reduce activation requirement to 20 seconds was 30. Very happy to see Pebble getting buffed. I used to use this on like a notification spam build I had. A lot of times I use it in with balanced landing, and then I'll just chunk a Pebble at the ground and mess with a killer that way. It throws them off quite a bit. Flashbang, reduce activation requirement to 40%. I get what they're trying to do with these. I guess you can do it with flashbangs, but flashbangs can be a very oppressive perk, especially the newer killers. Prestige levels are no longer shown in the pregame lobby. This is probably I say my number one or number two biggest complaint I've seen with this developer update. I am not happy they are removing the prestige levels, because there's no like point of regression stuff or anything like that. And I want the game to feel like it's kind of progressing. And right now I feel like you don't have that sense of progression. Grades used to mean something, rank used to mean something, your MMR used to mean something, but right now nothing means anything. And I feel like it's been shying away from the competitive scene of Dead by Daylight even more. And I feel like they should really just always fully step into it. You can have both a healthy casual community and healthy competitive community, kind of like Smash Bros, Pokemon. You can have healthy communities that are also competitive. Increased duration of hook phases to 70 seconds was 60 seconds. I do not like this change at all. I feel like saying seconds is too much, especially with the anti-count. Some time ago, the total repair time of generators was increased. For the most part, this was positive change that has side effects of making camping more effective. Focusing on the repairs was the best way for our survivors to counter camping, but the repairs taking longer, survivors aren't able to get as much done before the hook survivors sacrifice. To combat this, we're increasing the duration of hook phases to 70 seconds. This will allow more time for survivors to repair if the killer chooses to count the hook survivor. So they're saying they're doing this because camping's more effective, but there's literally been added an anti-camp meter into the game. So I guess they mean even proxy camping is too much for them versus just space camping. So yeah, this is probably gonna resort in killers. Um, Probably tunneling, watching for trades a little more often to help secure that second stage, along with also making sure you slug people more. It's just gonna increase slugging. I feel like I may start playing Singularity again for this coming patch. Scratch marks, improved scratch mark visibility. Yep, looks good. I like it. I like how you can actually see it there. I feel like that's fair and balanced. I like it. Actually, maybe like a kind of passive buff to killers on a lot of maps. Midwich Elementary School removed breakable walls in the bathrooms. I'm not really sure I like this. Like now there's 3 ways to get up. I'm fine with them adding another way to get up into the top floor. I really am. I had no issues with that. Because this map is kind of killer-sided, and it does make it a little bit better for Survivor. But a lot of the character of that mount, I feel like, was those breakable walls in the bathrooms. There's no other mount that I can think of where you can literally create a dead end, and then the Survivor not know it's open and go into a dead end and you corner them. So yeah, that's the developer update. So in short, I enjoyed they buffed Dredge, which they would have worked on lockers. I enjoyed they buffed the Doctor, he needed it. I enjoyed they buffed the Nemesis, needed it. Blastman needed it. Wiretout needed it. Chemical Trout needed it. Mirrored Illusion needed it. Dance with Me, Deception, a little bit debatable. I felt like they are already fairly strong, especially Deception, but I'm kind of happy to see the meta changing a little bit. Diversion, you can always buff Pebble. I'm fine with that. Not really the biggest fan of the flashbang, just because I know what it's going to cause. Really hate the prestige, loss of prestige symbols more than anything in the world. That is the worst thing they could possibly done to like remove a sense of progression from the game. You can see it in the in-game lobby, but I want to show off during the pre-game lobby, and I know a lot of other people want to as well. And I feel like you should be able to show off all of them. Like prestige used to mean something. Like the first week, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Everybody's P100. Hood stages. I hate they did this, but I can work around. I'll just slug more. Scratch marks. I kind of like the passive buff of killers. I think they got rid of the character of Midwich. Like, why? Why? So, yep, that's all I got for today. I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day. I'll see you around.